Alright, this video is going to be the only video from my Pro Traders Club that's only going to be for my Discord. It's not going to be public. I don't want it to be public. It's just going to be for my Discord. It's a start to my Pro Traders Club that I'm working on. Hope you guys like it. I have a free Discord community. I don't charge anything, guys. I literally have a free Discord. It's in the description, but you have to go to my Instagram and then click the link in my bio and then join the Discord, because I don't know, YouTube doesn't, I don't know, I keep saying expired link or whatever, but just go to the link in my Instagram bio and then join that and you'll be in my Discord. We have a good community and whatnot, but this video is going to be on intraday templates, which is so important. I can't emphasize how important this is. I know a lot of people were missing it, but literally just intraday templates, and this should help you guys a lot. It's just a community for ICT traders who obviously want to excel together. And I remember when I was learning ICT concepts, I was like, there's so much retail communities, there's so much other communities, but where's like the ICT groups? It seems like everyone just wants to charge and they don't even know what they're talking about half the time. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna start it, and whoever wants to join and excel can excel. And I'm not a mentor. I'm literally just a person who posts these concepts that I understand. Like, I'm not a mentor. You don't have to look at me like a mentor. I'm literally regular. I'm not like I mean, you guys can call me a teacher or whatever, but I'm literally just a regular person explaining these concepts and how I use them. But I really understand these concepts and have a firm grasp on how these concepts actually work, which is why I'm different from a lot of the other people who teach concepts and what they call order blocks and what they call other things. But yeah, I'm really not a mentor. I'm just a regular person. So for this template, this is called a classic buy template. This is basically like it's a classic buy. It's basically where price drops beneath the opening price, rallies up, gives you a nice retracement for New York, and then rallies up once more for London close. This is ideally what you want to look for. This is nice. This is a nice bread and butter setup. And more about this template is you do want to see a 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock low be put in. You do want to see a 7 to 10 right here for New York to retrace and then go. And then you do want to see 10 to 12 right here to put in your high. And this is how I use my concepts, because a lot of you guys see me use time and price, but this is how you use time and price. You have to know, or you have to expect a daily template that can occur. So usually what I would do is I will look for some sort of liquidity that I see the day expanding into, like that. And I'll use my Asia range boxes and bring them up to my liquidity point. Now, if it overshoots it or undershoots it, that doesn't matter. The point is, look for a big figure around this level. So this is how I use my classic buy template. I'll do my 2 to 5 here, my 7 to 10 here, and my 10 to 12 here, New York time. And that's how sometimes I can tell you when the high of the day is going to come in and where it's going to come in, is because this is a classic buy template. This is a London swing to Z-Day. It's basically where it looks like it will give you a classic buy template where price will drop beneath the opening price and then rally up for New York, but not do anything after that. Okay, so price will open, drop beneath, you can get your nice longs in here, and then it'll go up, but it won't pump up through one more time for the 10 to 12. This is just a London swing to Z-Day. And this happens because if you see New York take out a draw on liquidity like this, then this right here, London does not need to pump up, because We already did it in New York. This is a template that usually occurs, and screenshot this because I'm going to be quizzing you guys soon. So screenshot this. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Screenshot this. This is a classic buy template. Every time I approach my chart, I literally ask myself, what is the template today? And then I wait for time and price to be in alignment. So you're not going to know if the low's put in until you see price draw down either into like a fair value gap or order block on a higher time frame. And once you see that occur at 2 to 5, you want to drop down into your lower time frame in here and see if it is giving you that market structure shift to the upside. If it's doing that, you know, at your own risk. But let's say you don't trade London and you just come to New York. If you see it put in the low and then come up and retrace and you see liquidity it's going for or an order block up here, you can demo trade that. You can take that on a demo account and then expect it to get into that level by this time, 10 to 12. This is a classic buy template. And if it's obviously a sell template, expect the opposite. So usually what you'd want to see is a nice 15 pip drop beneath the opening price. You want to see it come down 15 pips. It can undershoot it, it can overshoot it, but you want to see it come down 15 pips. Ideally, it doesn't have to. But ideally, you want to see it come down 15 pips beneath the opening price before you hunt your setup. Now, if there's obviously a order block up here, a bullish order block here, and it's not allowing you to get down to 15, just use order flow. Like, it's at an order block, it doesn't have to go down 15. Just think. And then it's just problem solving. You know, swing to Z day. I went over this. This is a London swing to New York open, London close reversal. This template is basically where London would drop beneath, rally up, and then reverse and come take out London's low. So usually the scenario to make this unfold is if you take out buy side already and you get your market structure shift to the downside in here and you have nice lows, you'll see price come down and take this out. And if there's still, I call it time on the clock. So basically if it takes it out and then you know that you're asking yourself, okay, well, what is 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock going to do if we already, took out buy side and had a good range? That's what I call time on the clock. Just look down at your London lows, and usually it can either take out buy side, and what I'm about to tell you is key. It can either take out buy side and then do this and come target this is sell side, or it can hit a higher time frame order block. So basically London was giving you the reason to pull back into this higher time frame order block, like a daily or 4 hour, and then continue its trend down. This is why this template would occur. And this has been happening. You know what? I'm just going to let you guys do your homework, because at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what to do once you know these templates. But this occurs usually when it hits a higher time frame PD array, or when it takes liquidity out, and it will come back for your London session low for London close, 10 to 12. Not past it, maybe a little bit before it, but ideally 10 to 12 New York time. Screenshot all these when they're blank. This one is called a range to New York open, London close rally. Basically for this template, you want to understand the cross pair, and you want to, like, it depends. If you're trading, let's say you're just hardline on EU and all you trade is EU, you don't want to look at, or you don't want to trade GU. and you see it do this, like it's like consolidating, bouncing around, you're not kind of sure what it's doing, but you see GU all the way down here like this. That, and you know, you're looking at SMT. This is when this daily template can occur, is when, let's say, this pair is not willing to go down, but the cross pair is willing to go down. You can expect this template to unravel. Now, me personally, I don't really look for these templates. I usually just trade the pair that's going to move anyway, so I don't look for the SMT. I just trade the pair that's going to move anyway. But this is a template to understand. So basically, if you're trading EU, look at GU and DXY. If you're trading GU, look at EU and DXY, and just look at the lows. You know, that's this template. This is the wild card, okay? This is a seek and destroy profile. It's where price literally is just whipsawing back and forth through the sessions, and it's not really going higher, it's not going lower, it's just really pulling up and down and just hitting everyone's stop. This is where people get crushed. This is where accounts get blown. This is called a London swing to seek and destroy profile. Short term, this is a seek and destroy profile. Yeah, a seek and destroy profile. And screenshot this. Oops, let me get that out the way. Yeah, screenshot that. Seek and destroy profile. These occur a lot. This is called a consolidation raid on news release. So like, let's say you have FOMC or NFP, and you see price just hanging out and it's not moving. You know, let's say London's just hanging out. It would just, when news is released, let's say it's at 2 p.m. New York, or let's say it's at 10, it doesn't matter. If you have news that's really, you know, like significant news on this day, and you see price doing this, this is what's going to save you from taking losses and blowing accounts and just doing dumb things, is just knowing the templates. So if you just look at this template and you know that we have FOMC or NFP, you can just wait, you know, because it's a consolidation raid on news release. It's going to consolidate, raid, and then go a true direction on news release. A lot of people get killed these days, but obviously due to a higher time frame bias. So you do want to spot like an order block down here, like a bullish order block, and you do want to spot a, obviously, point of liquidity that it could reach for, because what it's going to do is gather up orders, take sell side, then come take buy side. So you do want to spot something like that. I'm not saying you're going to always get an order block. I'm not going to always say you're going to get a breaker. Like, it's just, it's all different. You might get a fair value gap. You might see a fair value gap. You might see a breaker. You might see an order block. You might see a rejection block. It doesn't matter. The point is whatever you can see, identify that, extend that out into time for your daily, and then just watch the daily template to occur. And you can use time and price on these. So if you clearly have news at so-and-so time, oops, let's say you have news at so-and-so time. Ask yourself, what session is it in? New York or London? Where's the news? Okay, it's right here, news. So whatever the economic calendar is telling you, I usually just plot a red vertical line wherever news is at. So if it's at 8:30, I'll just have a red line there, and I'll name it 8:30. What I do personally, you don't have to do it, and obviously you have a clock. You don't need to do this. I just do it for visual purposes. But yeah, just use time for these templates. You know, like, you'll see as you start live forward testing it. Yeah, and that's it for the templates. So what you can do to matter of fact, I'll just do it with you guys. So basically the homework would be go to your chart on a weekly basis, okay? So do Monday open, and I'm doing it right now. So do Monday like this. So Mondays, zero zero, oopsie, 00 to 00 New York time. Let's do the bottom. This is big so you guys can see. So go Monday 00 to 00, okay, and then go to Friday. So a whole week. Do a whole week. Do your whole week. And then what you want to do is separate your days like this. So Monday to Friday. I'm eyeballing it. Hold on. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right on the money. And what you want to do, like I can zoom out, right? Okay, so what you want to do to see if you are getting these templates is study the session time. So mark your London high, your New York, and your London close, and just look at the day and ask yourself what template is that, and then go through those screenshots and put what template that was. For the next day, do the same thing. Look at your session highs and lows and ask yourself what type of template was that, and do that throughout the whole week. I'm telling you, these templates are going to be there. So this is where to start. Do Monday to Monday and look at the each daily template, because you're going to get one, each daily template. Now start with EU. Remember the daily templates, and then hop to GU and see the daily templates. Due to SMT and other things, you might get, maybe this day did a classic buy, and this day, and then on EU did a classic buy, and then GU it didn't. These are things you want to be looking at, but for the learning curve, Monday to Monday, 00 to 00, do your true day open. So this would be 00 to 00. Tuesday, and etc. The midnight open of New York time, and then just what daily template occurs. So basically just shove this in here, and this would be like a daily template for here. Maybe you'll get this after for this day. Pretend it's in this box, and maybe you'll get a classic buy. This is how the market moves, bro. I'm telling you. You know, and then you get that, and then maybe you'll get this here. So you really want to study the times that these occur in the day and what it's doing. So like for instance, you would look at this day right here and say, let me get rid of this crap. You'd be like, okay, here's London sessions low. Here's New York's high. And here's London close, 10 to 12. Okay, that was a New York open to London close reversal. Okay, that's that template. And then you go to the next day, do the same thing. Figure out the high, figure out the low, figure out the close, and then boom, you'll start to see the templates that occur. And if you really want to take it the next step, figure out why it reversed here. You know, like, did it sweep the previous day's liquidity and then do that? Did it hit a bearish order block? Like, what happened to make this do that? That's the next step. Don't do that right now. Just go through each day and figure out one of these templates that occur, because it's going to be one of these. I'm telling you. I'll give you an example real quick. This is extra. This is extra. Bonus if you stuck to the end. So, check this out, guys. Okay, so you have a breaker rate. You have a breaker here. Well, let's say you didn't see the breaker. You have a fair value gap here. Okay, we hit the fair value gap. Now let's drop down into the 1 hour. And I did this with my Discord community. I'm not a mentor. So we remember this this fair value gap. Okay, this is the fair value gap low. Just you have to remember this. It might look confusing on a lower time frame, but just remember this. And then, okay, so this is the fair value gap high. And let's just say the fair value gap low was down here because it was somewhere down there. So this is the fair value gap. What did price do? So on this day, let me mark out the, so here's one day, 0, 0 to 0, 0. Here's the next day. And guys, your motors are going to crank after this. I'm telling you, just watch this. So what is this? We're going to label this 1. Oops. And yeah, I don't edit much. 1 day. Well, obviously this is Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, but this, focus on this. Day 1, day 2. And you want to ask yourself, what profile were these? Well, first start is, here's 2 to 5, right there. Two to 5, 7 to 10. So price open, went lower, pulled back, and then went down. New York pulled up, then went down. Let's see what London close did. So London close tapped from 10 to 12, okay? Look at the bottom. 10 to 12, it tapped into this bullish breaker, and then we got a reaction and a shift with the volume. This is supposed to be a separate video, but I get carried off. So these are the sessions. This was a classic sell. Price London session went up, came down, pulled back, went down, hit this bullish breaker on the daily, and we had a shift. Then we lift a fair value gap, and let's extend this into the next day. So a fair value gap here. So this template I would deem as a classic sell, even though it didn't rally up above, but I would call this a classic sell. So here's a fair value gap. We extend that into the next day. Then look at what we have. We hit the breaker. We shift off of it with volume. The next day we have an open. London session rallies up 2 to 5 right here. Two to 5, and then look at 7 to 10 come down here. 7 to 10 come down into this fair value gap. And for the people who are doing their homework, what profile was this? I'm not going to tell you. You'll know. You know what this profile is. What is it, guys? Put it in the comments. What profile is this? If I like it, you got it right. If I don't like it, read the other comments and then comment it and then I'll like it. So yeah, this is how you identify the daily profiles with context. This is how I use time and price. This is why I can take a trade here at this fair value gap and then target this high as liquidity, knowing it's going to get here by 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock because of the profile. Okay, one more. I don't know when this video is going to end. I don't know. I know you guys are loving it. You're like, oh, he's giving gems. Yeah, I am. So what profile is this? Smack on. Okay, what profile is this day? From here to here. What is this profile? Think. Look at what it did. So for this day, we were traced into a previous day for value gap after it hit a breaker and shifted after we took sell stops and then shifted bullishly on the daily. And I'll just show you that because you guys are lost right now. I know it. So you have this low rated. You have your structure shift here. And then this is when you extend your, I see a breaker, you've seen a fair value gap, or maybe you've seen the breaker, maybe none of you guys seen the fair value gap. The point is this is the context on the higher time frame. Took sell side, shifted bullish. You extend whatever PD ray you see out into the next day. We have equal highs, all context, and then you drop down to your lower time frame, and then you use time and price and daily profiles to get whatever it is you're looking for, guys. So classic sell day. I'm not telling you what this one is. Put in the comments. In this one, so here, put 2 day in the comments. What do you think this profile is, and put day 3 what you think this one is. Okay, that's your homework. And Discord will be in my Instagram. So join if you want. You don't have to. I might have a trade breakdown at the end of this. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, don't ever give away what's mine. Still must stop and rise, yeah. Been in this for hours, I don't even know the time. And if she wants to know, she's mine. Yeah, she love it when I'm deep inside her. In too deep in the violence. OTG, no for firearms. And I'ma fly her out if I like her. And I'ma fly her out to Barbados. She find it crazy that I always got stainless. Baby girl, why you think my top is stainless? Well, all I go to, no, they gon' stay in shit. Take the wrong time, get wet. And she gon' be impressed by no paper. How she look the same with no makeup. Yeah, don't ever give away what's mine. Still must stop and rise, yeah. Been in this for hours, I don't even know the time. And if she wants to know, she's mine. Yeah, she love it when I'm deep inside her. In too deep in the violence. OTG, no for firearms. And I'ma fly her out if I like her. If I like her. And I'ma fly her out if I like her. And I'ma fly her out. And I'll be on the block, but I'm tryna make it out, yeah. Stool killer in my trousers. And I might even bring it to my house, yeah. And I'll be on the block with some demons. Pull up on a nigga, then leave him sleeping. And I'll be on the block, so he really ain't speaking. She don't even know how I'm feeling. She don't even know that we scheming. But it's all about you tonight. And I've been with the G's, them handling it all day, so it's all about you tonight. Yeah, don't ever give away what's mine. Still must stop and rise, yeah. Been in in this shit for hours, I don't even know the time. And if she wants to know, she don't mind. Yeah, she love it when I'm deep inside her. In too deep in the violence. OTG, no for firearms. And I'ma fly her out if I like her. If I like her. Then I'ma fly her out if I like her.
Money J Filmus.
I'm new to this, you need to keep in mind. 100,000 pounds, she need the biggest eyes. I said she 10, she see it being nice. I scream fuel on my thoughts and even free of mine. I made love songs, baby, the streets, they betray me. They wouldn't show me love if I'm blown up. I made love songs, baby, the streets, they betray me. I know they wouldn't show me love, no. Yeah, I'm on the block with them. We had a cage just to show that we don't fuck with them. And I was on the block with some niggas that ain't rappers. How you talking about all these pounds you ain't trapping on? Wearing my Camry on my block, I'm coolin'. Niggas tryna claim me with this shit, he ain't fooling me. Spend £1,000, I keep pouring lean. Street side really unruly. I'm new to this, you need to keep in mind. 100,000 pounds, she need the biggest eyes. I said she 10, she see it being nice. I scream fuel on my thoughts and even free of mine. I made love songs, baby, the streets, they betray me. They wouldn't show me love if I'm blown up. I made love songs, baby, the streets, they betray me. I know they wouldn't show me love, no. And diamonds keep shining like they ornaments. I count the money twice and no showing me. Last bitch, I nearly fell in love and gave all of me. Anytime niggas need sticks and they calling me. Streets, I really go home with me. And I was outside when niggas die for bread. Don't be coming outside when niggas die for less. A late night cruising tryna hide from feds. And no. And I know that you see me scaring in the Benz. And girl, I'm working on myself, I wanna love again. And if I told you I was sorry, could we try again? She say I'm fucking hoes, I'm denying. Niggas get to cooling down when the fire hits. Free up in his eyes when the ties get. Got my nigga for a murder and he fine now. Yeah, free my G's in a pen. Catch him in the flesh, now he with me where he said. Getting tired of the streets, so I'm leaning again. Missing couple doors, I wanna see them again. I never thought I'd see 100, but I did, and I'm mad. J money in my dog, we don't fuck with niggas. Grandma getting older, gotta get quicker. Every time I drop a song, I get a little richer. I'm new to this, you need to keep in mind. 100,000 pounds, she need the biggest eyes. I said she 10, she see it being nice. I scream fuel on my thoughts and even free of mine. I made love songs, baby, the streets, they betray me. They wouldn't show me love if I'm blown up. I made love songs, baby, the streets, they betray me. I know they wouldn't show me love, no.
From Joe's to success to a life with no regret. We tryna make it, prove to you that we the best. OTG, that's my brothers. To the ball, to the